Good morning, Tarkov. How's everyone doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hope you guys have been good. I have seen everyone telling me to fix my mic, and I think that's going to be fixed today. I think the main problem was that I just needed to be closer to my microphone. So this is where the microphone is going to stay for today, and see if that improves the audio problems that people had. Because at least it wasn't a physical or like a software problem. I think it was just I wasn't close enough to my mic for how it was set up. But anyway, welcome to Good Morning Tarkov. This is the morning show where we talk everything Tarkov over with Nice Guy and the Nice Guy Nice Guy channel here. So Nice Guy Tarkov channel. So I go from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern United States time. And I think what we're going to do now, unless there's something specific to talk about, or if I wanted to really get into a subject, because I have a bunch more subjects that I wanted to talk about, but they're like, a lot of them are visual and they make sense to talk about, but they also make sense to make a video about. So I'm having a little bit of trouble whether I want to do it in a video or whether I want to do it in a live stream. And you guys keep asking a ton of questions that I'm not even able to keep up with usually. So I think what I'll do is on the weekends, maybe what I'll do is I'll stick to the Q&A and I'll see how many people I can help out. And then if there's something that you guys bring up, or if there's some kind of discussion that comes from that Q&A that I want to do a big tangent on, then I'll do that big tangent, because that's been happening a lot lately, right? So people are asking big questions that I kind of just go off and talk about for like 15 minutes straight. Well, let's see what happens. Let's continue with that for this weekend, and we'll see what happens with that. Good one, Jack. Is Jack even in chat? Way to throw off my intro there with your memes, dude. I was like, what's he talking about? Is something wrong? And he sends me a meme. Okay. Thanks, dude. Oh, also, we soft launching the Discord today, boys. We are soft launching the Discord today. Really cool. Oh, actually, before I forget though, if you guys are watching the VOD, you can check out the description and the top comment. I needed to make sure that I said that sooner. You can check out the top comment and the description for timestamps of what we discussed today. If anything interesting comes up, then that's where you find out. And then also Spotify. If you guys can't listen to the entire thing, it will be up on Spotify later today. And that's it. Gentlemen, how you doing? Larry, how you doing? Pog, what up, Jack? Morning, Shady. Is my chat bugged, or was it first? No, you're first. This is the live stream. So people kind of just show up somewhat slowly with the live streams. If you guys haven't noticed, I haven't even had coffee yet, so I'm going to take my first sip of coffee and get going here. Yoden, how you doing? I appreciate you too in this relationship. I don't know if I want to go there just yet. McDonald, I have a perfect video for you to check out, my good lad. Thanks for spamming though. Boop, 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 boop. All right, so you sir, go check out that video. You go check that video out. Is it me, or does this guy sound like Big Fry? I know Big Fry. Do I actually sound like him? I don't think I actually sound like him. What maps will you be playing? What maps will I be playing? What do you mean, what maps? What maps for what? Let's just start this. We'll start the slideshow up today. What maps? Like at launch? Or what were you talking about? What are you talking about there, Carrie? Because yesterday we talked about how I think Streets of Tarkov might break Tarkov. Yeah, I don't think I sound like Big Fry. People say that I sound like Badger from Breaking Bad a lot, and I think that makes sense. I think that does make sense for some things. Mixture of John Boy Media and Big Fry. I don't know who John Boy is. Morning Gold. Are you playing Tarkov today? Interesting that you brought that up. I was thinking about doing it today, but I think what I want to do is I want to keep the morning show to the morning show format. But that is going to be coming. So I need to really get my ass in gear in terms of gameplay with the live streams. But the problem is I don't... Like, I want to be on Twitch. Like, I want to be involved with the Twitch community as well. And I think the gameplay is really good to have over on Twitch. But if I can't stream on Twitch, then I can't stream on Twitch. Because I'm having these internet problems where sometimes actually, most of the time, my internet will just, for like a split second, just cut out. And if that happens on Twitch, it makes you restart your whole stream. And it's a big-ass pain. Where on YouTube, it picks it up immediately. So, I need to make a big decision on whether or not I just say fuck it and I just stay on YouTube, or maybe we do a bit of both. But I've yet to come up with that idea. Once we get towards our next patch, that's when the big gameplay is going to come in. So as we're getting closer to the next patch, I'll make a big decision there on what I want to do specifically with that. What maps will you be playing? Are you playing Tarkov? Oh, no, we're not. No, there's no gameplay, Carrie, if that's what you're talking about. This is just talk. We're just talking today. So the Good Morning Tarkov show, it only goes for an hour. It only goes from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., and it's specifically so that I can interact with you guys better. Because there's so many people that have great questions in the comments, and it's just difficult for me to get to everyone. And then it's also difficult when, like, I respond to someone, or I might not see a question immediately, so it's been like 15 minutes, and then I respond to someone, and then maybe they might not see the question, or they might not see my response, or it'll be like 15 minutes for them to respond to it, and then I have to go and talk to other people. Not have to, but I go and I respond to other people, because there's tons of other people asking, most likely, actually, the same question. So that's why I do these live streams, and they're just for an hour every morning. We hang out, and then I kind of give my thoughts on some stuff, and then you guys kind of ask some questions, and we see where it goes from there. Is map-to-map travel coming with Streets? It's not planned to come with Streets, but part of Streets is the access to labs. So eventually, that will be one of the initial test locations, is Streets of Tarkov, if that helps answer your question there. GTY. I don't even know. I don't even know how to say that. What's my favorite map? My favorite map right now, I don't know. I like customs a lot. I actually do like customs a lot. Usually I would say interchange, and I do like interchange a lot. But something about customs right now, I do enjoy playing customs right now. You see the new Pioneer game? No. What do we got here? What's the full title of it? Pioneer game? Is it a space game? What's the full title of it? And if any of you guys are wondering what I meant with that, it's going to be that eventually at some point in the future, you will not be able to just enter labs. You have to go from either factory or streets onto labs, and then do whatever you need to do on labs, and then you're going to exit back onto factory or streets, and then you're going to exit factory or streets respectively, whichever one you ended up going to. Arena... So I don't know about Arena. Freddie Ayo, he hasn't decided. Nikita hasn't decided what's going to be going on with Arena just yet. If there is going to be any edition of the game that gets Arena for free, it's going to be EOD though. But he hasn't decided yet. I have a video talking about why. Actually, I think I have a couple videos actually talking about that stuff. So, Pioneer. Oh, is this what, I think someone tweeted this the other day. Is this the one someone tweeted about the other day? Hold on. Yep, this is it. I'll look into that later. I don't want to derail the stream completely, but this looks interesting. I'm gonna look more into that. Also, with the art that I'm seeing here, it looks like it's a very long way off from what I'm looking at here. It looks like it's a very long way off from being anywhere even close to even Escape from Tarkov right now. Interchange is the best map. If you disagree, you'll get banned. I'm glad you like Interchange, Jack. Interchange is cool. But right now I am enjoying customs. Also, you can't ban me. It's just called Pioneer. It's some Russian devs that make it soccer like MLFs. Yeah, I saw that. Someone tweeted about it, and it got a little bit of traction in the Tarkov community. So, Eamon, how you doing? Hopefully we can play some Star Citizen later, Eamon. Any news or date for the wipe? Nope. Simone, this is where the video you're gonna want to check out here, because this is the most recent information that we have on that. You want to check that one out. The map would be fine if the lighting inside didn't change. So they are going to be fixing it. They're going to be messing with the lighting a little bit on Interchange. So Reserve is cool and all, Frank, but it is. I don't know how to word this correctly. Excuse me. It's just structured in an interesting way. So the way that you would move around Reserve kind of easily, probably the easiest way to move around Reserve, is if you do go underground, but then again, you're underground. So you can risk moving around in the open from building to building, where you could get sniped very easily, especially now that there's a Shooterborn Heaven task on Reserve. Or Shooterborn Heaven is one of the, or Reserve is one of the maps for Shooterborn Heaven. Or you go underground, and then it's like you're forced into like super close quarters and super cut off, and you're not left with a lot of options where to move and whatnot in those bunkers. So if you like that kind of gameplay, of course you're gonna like Reserve. But I like Interchange because you have that close quarters, almost like an urban environment, but not, because of the amount of levels involved with the up and down, with the verticality that you get with some of the floors on Interchange and the escalators and stuff. And then but you get options. So you can move, even though you are stuck in a hallway sometimes, depending on what hallway you want to go to or what direction you want to go to. You can move around somewhat easily while still being in that urban, or not urban, but a close quarters environment. And then you just go outdoors, and now you're outside. It's almost like it's like a wooded environment in some places, and it's just different. It's different aspects of the playscape of like your environment that you can play on an Interchange on any given raid, and it switches up like in a heartbeat. So I just think that's why I like Interchange so much, and that's probably why I'm going to end up liking Streets so much too. Although Streets isn't going to have that much of an open area that you want to mess around with, while Interchange you can have that open kind of area. But we'll see what ends up happening with Streets. This map is obviously Nuketown. Okay. So they spell it Pioneer. It's translated from the Russian word pioneer, which only has one E. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to be checking that out. I wanted to talk about competition. I wanted to talk about what would be Escape from Tarkov's competition, because competition, I think, would be really healthy, believe it or not. And some of the haters out there are not going to like me saying this. I think competition would be very, very healthy for Battlestate games right now, because it might make them gut check themselves, and maybe they can tidy some things up, and maybe they're going to be able to fix some things if they're actually worried about getting the game out. But who knows? Either way, I think competition might be good. There was that Pioneer game, and then there was another game somewhere I have in my notes, but I'm not seeing it in front of me right now. There was another game that I thought was extremely similar, but I'm blanking on it right now. And no, I'm not talking like Hunt Showdown. Hunt Showdown's like way different. It's like an actual... Oh, it's called... What was it called? It was called Project something. Hold on. Project Wraith. There was a Project Wraith that felt a lot like Escape from Tarkov, and I've already talked to the devs, and the devs said they're going to send me a key when they're ready. So I'm going to be able to test that game. It's not... it does have some... sci-fi aspects to it. Like, there is some kind of weird I don't know, what is it? It's like telekinetic or something like that, where you're able to move some stuff around with like your mind or whatever. But the vast majority of it is like Tarkov, but more PvP focused. And I think that you guys that are possibly not going to like the karma system, maybe you're not going to like the direction that Escape from Tarkov is going, I think you're going to like this. So I've already talked to the devs. They're going to send me a key when they're ready, and I'll be covering it on the channel, actually. Because what I do want to do is cover competition, because I think competition's healthy. So yeah, I think it's called Project Wraith, and I'm already in on it. So they're gonna send me a key when they're ready, and I'll be able to cover it, and I'll be able to play it, and I'll be able to as long as they don't have me sign an NDA. If they have me sign an NDA, obviously I can't talk about it. But I'll let you guys know as soon as I possibly can talk about that game. I'll talk about it. Nothing new on the Labs free weekend. No, nothing yet. Would you see Romanian guns in Tarkov? Yeah, if it. Again, with the guns, guys, if it makes sense to be in a modern day Russian, a civilian Russian population, or if it belongs on a modern battlefield, you'll find it. And from what I know, I guess those, Jack, you know anything about that? Romanian, those AKs, what are they called? I forget what they're called. They have a different designation, and I'm blanking on it. Target gets so much attention these days, there is a pretty good chance some other company is making their own. No, there is no pretty good chance, Bojangles. It is a thing. Plenty of companies are doing it, except are they a company that has the same backing and the same kind of know-how as Battlestate Games? Or sorry, I should probably say Origins as well. Because what the problem is that things will get dirty. So if they're a AAA company, sure, they might be able to bang out something that's a little bit higher quality, and maybe they can get things that are going to work a little bit better. But bigger AAA companies also have publishers, and they also have investors, and they have people that they need to answer to that BSG doesn't. The only person that BSG needs to answer to is Nikita, and he's the heart, and he's like the soul of the game. So that's why you don't see too many problems. But then again, it was a smaller studio. They're getting the funding that they need to be able to build the game that they want to build. And that's why we're so confident about it, and that's why, you know, especially, like, for me specifically, that's why I'm so invested into it. Because I think if there's going to be any company that has the best chance at creating a Escape from Tarkov, it's Battlestate Games. Can some people get close? Can some people maybe mimic some of the feelings that we get from Tarkov? Can they mimic, or maybe they can straight up copy, and we can get like a sort of like a contact high kind of a deal with it feels like Escape from Tarkov, but not necessarily Escape from Tarkov? Sure. Are they going to be able to deliver like what the full everything that we feel for Escape from Tarkov? Very unlikely. But competition is good. I'd like to see them try. I would like to see them try. Doing well, Dad. Doing well, Dad. I'm seeing a lot of people. I don't know how YouTube decides to show people that those community posts, but I'm fine now, guys. I got hit in the, those who don't know, I got hit in the head with a puck on Tuesday. And it kind of threw me for a loop a little bit, but or Tuesday morning, because I play hockey on Tuesday mornings, and I got hit in the head with a puck on Tuesday morning, so that made me want to not do the Tuesday morning stream. But later that day, I was fine. I was working on the Discord that we're going to see later today, all day after that on Tuesday. I just didn't feel like live streaming when I had that big headache. But I'm fine now. It's all good. But for some reason, a lot of people are commenting on that post, so I don't know what's going on with that. PM6365. I thought it had a different name. Amen. If you're talking about the Romanian. VZ, that's it. VZ58. Unless that's not Romanian. It was VZ. It's like VZ something. I would honestly rather see something like the VZ58 since it has a different action. The PM series is a redesignation of the AKM. What is the VZ? Is that like Czech or something? It shows them in the sub feed. Hope you're good. No, we're good. It shows them in the sub feed. Oh, okay, gotcha. Are you a goalkeeper? No, I play center. But I was, it's pickup, so I know that you're not, like, screening. I wasn't really necessarily, like, playing super hard. It was just that the way that the play ended up happening was that it got back to a D. I was in front of the net. I was there, so I said, all right, fuck it, I'll try to screen. And then the puck got away from, of course, the puck got away from the D, and it got me right upside the head. I was able to turn my head, but, got me right upside the head. But I'm good now. Shit happens. It's hockey. I'm going to buy a VZ58 when I get the licensing for it. I fucking love the VZ58. Yeah. Is it Czech? Okay. So what would be Romanian, Jack? Whoever asked the Romanian weapon gun about the Romanian weapons, what would be a Romanian weapon? Competition for Tarkov would be something that has a similar presence or premise. You get your gear, you go into a map, and you try to. No, for sure, Alehop friend. I'm not seeing too much of that. I'm seeing people go heavily in one direction. So I'm seeing people go super survival, and it goes like really, really realistic, and it without really having the same kind of gameplay or the same kind of movement or the same kind of feeling that you would get from Escape from Tarkov. Or I get people or there's projects out there like Wraith that they nail the movement, at least from what I can tell. It really looks like it feels like Escape from Tarkov. We'll have to wait and see. And once I get my hands on the game, I'll tell you guys. But it looks like it feels like Escape from Tarkov. Like the movement of it and the way that you go through a map and the way that you handle your weapons and stuff. It feels like Escape from Tarkov, but it's arcadey. Like it's going to be smaller maps, and it is the shoot 'em up, like first-person shooter. You're there to be you're there to compete, like you're there to kill other people. Kind of like that kind of first-person shooter, like a arcadey shooter kind of deal. And not so much the survival. At least that's what it looked like to me. But I am on the outskirts of the game. All I know is that I've talked to the devs. They said that they're going to send me a key when they're ready. I don't know if that involves an NDA or not. We'll see. Zavasta gear is really nice. I don't know what that is, Jack. Is that a gun or is that like clothing? What is that? Nice guy. Do you think there is a possibility of BSG doing more World War II guns? For sure, there's a possibility. I mean, the SVT is still planned. Russia still has like tons of boxes of German guns still in stock. Do they? I guess that makes sense then. If they actually do, then I guess that makes sense. If the guns can easily be found, not even necessarily easily, but if the guns can be found in a civilian population, or if they can be found in a modern day war zone, that's the like criteria. Also, Kutin, if you do like what Hector did there, or what like Dragondal did, and anyone else that wants to ask me a question, at nice guy space Tarkov, it pops up in bright orange. It's much easier for me to see and like designate who's just talking in chat. Who's just talking in chat, who wants to bicker with Jack because Jack said something stupid, and then it's something, and then who wants to ask me a question. Because there's a lot of people that want to talk. There's a lot of people that want to yell at Jack for whatever reason, because he's just that guy. It'd be nice to see the MP40 in Tarkov, such a great gun. If it's in the civilian population, it makes sense. I just don't. I don't live in Russia, so. Did the competition happen already? I've been in a hole recently. Did the competition happen already? Philip, do you mean the you mean Twitch Rivals? What competition? NAT1 is a cool Romanian gun. Trust me, search it up. Why do I feel like that's gonna send me somewhere I don't want to go? Jack, can you look into that? Jack, do that. That doesn't sound. I mean, it does kind of sound like a gun, but this is because after 68, we had to build our own DMRs since the Soviets. Slowed down technology sharing after we decided to not help with the invasion of Czechoslovakia, and we called them out. Okay. NAT1. NAT1. Okay, this is like... Okay, NAT1 gun. That's like DNA or something. Romania. Arms industry. I'm seeing what looks like an SVD. Is that what that is? What's that? Oh, it's like an AK. Okay, I got you. Okay. Alright, I got you. NAT1. Okay, this is just an M4. So why is that not an AK? Oh, what round is that? Oh, it's 5.56, so it's an AK-101. It says 5.56, right? Yeah, 5.56, 5.45. All right, so it's like an AK-101. Why isn't this an AK-101 though? Explain. Explain why that's not an AK-101 though. What revolvers are planned for Tarkov? You know, revolvers right now are the Chiappa Rhino series, the Colt Python, and I think there's another one. Hold on. Boop, 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 boop. Some kind of Taurus, maybe. Oh, right. There's like a Taurus with like shot shell and stuff. Where is it? It's the... Oh, I don't have the name on it. Yeah, it's a Taurus that you could put like shot shell and stuff in. But the Chiappa Rhinos are cool. Chiappa Rhinos should be the first because they've been talked about forever. And then there's also a revolver shotgun. I think it's the MTS 255 or something like that. MTS 25, something like that. Go check out my most recent... I did a future gun video. So yeah, you'll see a bunch of work in progress, and you'll see the current list for that stuff there. When is the update 12.11? We do not have an update yet. If you guys are looking for information, this is the most recent information that we have. That is the video that you need to go watch. That is everything that we have for most recent information, guys. Imagine a Derringer. Didn't they? No. Yeah, Derringer would be funny. I thought I heard something about like a funny gun, something like that. But I don't think they would add a Derringer. That'd be funny if they did add a Derringer, though. In-game, it would be a lower tier of AK-100s, more in the line with AK-74s. Okay. That looked a lot like a 101, though. What do you know about the Omicron container? I know enough. I know that it's going to be obtainable in-game, and I know it's going to be a 3x3, then a space, then a 1x3. So it's going to be like if you took a Gamma, and then you added a space, and then you added a 1x3. So it's not going to be like a Kappa, where there's the 3x4. It's actually broken up. So it's not like any other secure container where they're all together. It's actually going to have a separate, like, broken off piece. So it's a 3x3, a space that you can't put anything, and then a 1x3. That's the Omicron. And you can obtain it in-game somehow. That's it. That's all we know, though. Will there be raiders in streets? Yes, there will be. Define raiders. You mean like the raiders that you see on labs? We don't actually know. But there will be bodyguards. There will be GRU. There will be Russian regulars. There'll be all that stuff. Streets is going to have, like, a lot. There's going to be a lot going on Streets. Tarkov tourney or whatever? Yeah, Rivals happened last week. Yep, Rivals happened last week. No, Hector, no, nothing new. If that's what you guys are asking about, no, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. They haven't said anything. If that's what you guys are talking about, where I thought that they would say something after Rivals, unfortunately not. With that, it's becoming apparent to me that when they hired this new community guy, he's made some significant changes. So that's now the third time that they've done something that they don't usually do, or they've treated something differently since they hired that guy. So now I need to be a little bit more careful with how I'm doing things. Now, does that mean that I've changed my opinion on how I think about the wipe and with 12.11 or the potential wipe and with 12.11? Not at all. But does it mean I'm going to think differently about how they time their podcasts and stuff like that? Yes. Because they treated my Q&A differently. Since they've hired the new community guy, they treated my Q&A differently. They had a lot of back and forth, and it was just a kind of a pain. They've quieted. They've become very quiet. They haven't really been doing a whole lot. I know they talked to Pesley last week, but notice how that was. It seemed like, at least to me, that was on purpose. So they talked to Pesley the same day that they released my Q&A. So they wanted to do one day with all the news and everything new, all packed up into one day. Because the guy that I got my Q&A from BSG said that his boss said that he needed to post that on social media today, which was that Friday or Thursday. I think it was a Thursday. Whatever day I ended up posting that video, he said that I can have like the exclusive Q&A, but I need to get to it quick because he said his boss told him to post it that day. So I think what's going on is I think the new community guy is taking the reins really well. And thank you, Jack. Jack has made a very For those of you that are wondering what the Omicron will look like, you can thank Jack for this wonderful artwork here. This is You didn't sign your work, Jack? Why didn't you sign? You got to put your All right, this is what the Omnicron's gonna look like. Thank you very much, Jack. So yeah, I think the new community guy is changing some things up significantly. However, we are getting close to the next patch, and they are absolutely going to have a podcast before the next patch. So that's what we're waiting for. That is what we're waiting for. Would you see the Car 98 in the game as well? For sure. I could see it in the game. Although we haven't heard anything about it. Do we know anything about the possibility of 3D printed guns in Escape from Tarkov? I have heard nothing about it, and I would say that specifically, that's a big doubt on my part. I just don't think that's going to be a thing. I really don't. Maybe some parts, but maybe I think that's what like the crafting thing is. Like maybe you're 3D printing some parts. Maybe you can 3D print some internals or something. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with the hideout, because that would definitely be a hideout thing. For anyone that's interested in Jack's artwork, he says his commissions are 100 euros. Is that euro or pound? I thought you guys aren't part of the euro anymore. Do you think we'll ever get a crossbow in the game? No, we're not going to get crossbows. Although last time we talked about stuff like that, people were asking about like throwing knives and crossbows, and about that time was also the time when they were saying that Tarkov was a no-fly zone, and they removed that. Tarkov is now, you can apparently fly in Tarkov now. You can have helicopters and stuff. So, not the players, but I mean like there are helicopters flying around in Tarkov. So maybe that's changed too. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get crossbows, and I don't think we're gonna get throwing knives. I just don't. And they've said no in the past. When is the patch? I'm dying, bro. We don't have a date. Again, guys, if you guys need the latest information, this is literally the best and the latest information, the best way that I can explain it. That video right there. Pounds, you uncultured swine? Then why is it an E? Why is it an E, Jack? Explain that to me. This is an E. Here, I'll type it out. Why does it look like an E, Jack? Helicopter extract pog. Kooten, we talked about that yesterday. I'm thinking there's probably going to be a helicopter extract on streets. But we'll see. Also, learn how to spell uncultured, you swine, Jack. Working bipods would be super pog. Those are coming. And weapon leaning. They're coming with LMGs. Hunting scouts with the cross. I understand the usefulness of a crossbow, guys. Trust me, but it's like they've said no in the past, and I just don't think they belong in Tarkov. I don't think they're gonna add it. But we'll see. We will see. When do you think EFT is gonna release? So I don't have a specific date. I'm hoping in the next 3 years we see full release. But more specifically, what we do know is that once we have Streets of Tarkov in the game, once we have the custom rig system or the custom rig feature, and we have the lore in the game, those are the 3 major features that they want in the game in order to give a proper launch window, because it's going to allow them to estimate it correctly. So it's their most ambitious map, it's their most ambitious feature with the custom rigs, and it's something that they absolutely need to be in the game in order for it to make sense. It's why we're here. It's the lore. Once Streets of Tarkov, once the custom rig system, and once the lore is in the game, then they can say, okay, what's this other patch? All right, well, it's about a fourth of the size. It's probably scope-wise, it's about a quarter of the size of Streets. It's about an eighth of the size of Streets. It's about half the size of Streets, so they can approximately gauge how much time is going to be required to do that location, or to make that artwork, or to do that feature, based off of whether it is doing the artwork for the location, doing the artwork for new guns and things like that. So once we have Streets of Tarkov in the game, once we have the custom rigs, and once we have the lore quests in the game, they'll be able to give a proper launch window. I'm being attacked. I mean, you... Alright, leave Jack alone. It's okay. It's okay, guys. We can leave Jack alone. We can leave Jack alone. Jack Seaweed. Okay, that was the last one. That was the last one. Leave Jack alone. that was the last that was the last one. When do you think EFT? Okay, I already got that one. Why isn't dollars a D? At least it's not something that... What else would an S be, though? You got me there, but what else would what else would be an S? So like, yes, we are UK. We leave the euro, but we keep something that says an E, like it's designated by an E, so people are confused as shit. It's like the Arkansas and Kansas. Why is one Arkansas and why is one Kansas? It's like the same thing. Doesn't make no goddamn sense. Super money? Yeah. Chocolate? Simoleons? Okay. What are they selling? Chocolate. What happened with Blizzard? What did happen with Blizzard, Nuka LOL? What are you talking about with Blizzard? What do you think about a helicopter extract but requires a fuel tank of some? That would be cool. That is interesting. That is interesting. But then you would need to be a pilot, Mad Gren. Do you mean like you're going to pilot the helicopter out? That would be cool. There's a lot of things that can happen with that, and that's interesting. I like that. Mad Gren, I'm going to take that down, actually, because that's a good one. Mad Gren, you were going on the list with Leon Soul and CR117 Brian with cool chat ideas. Mad. Was there 2 N's or 1 N? Where are you? 2 N's. Bring fuel to use kilo extract? Question mark. That's a cool idea. I like that. New update coming soon, you think? Define soon, because that's all that everything ever is with Escape from Tarkov. So soon TM, bud. Do I think it's going to be coming in, next few weeks? Yes. Yes, I do. I thought, to be honest with you, I thought we'd be looking at it for this week. If you asked me about this time last month, I would have said that this coming week would be the week, which it still could be, actually. But no, I think with the way that it's moving right now, we're looking at more of like an early June. So within, again, I know I've been saying a month for the last like month and a half, but it's probably another month. In the next month-ish, we should be seeing something. So stay tuned. And again, if you're getting bored, take a break. Especially if you're getting angry. If you're getting angry, take a break. The game isn't even done yet, so it's not worth getting mad over. We're here to test things, and if you're able to give useful feedback, then that's great. If you're not because you're angry or something, then take a break. America, explain. Yep. I think you already can. Hector? What's Hector talking about? How accurate will the new hitbox system be? Will we be able to shoot bullets through the eye slits of a killer helmet? I think you also can as well. Also very accurate. But it's with vests. It's not with helmets. I think you can shoot through those slits right now. I think. I think someone tested that. One tank wouldn't get you out of Tarkov, so I guess tactical cinematic deployment, aka crash it gently, boys. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you do have a point there. They wouldn't yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Fuck. How would the helicopter extract work if it doesn't? I mean, Tarkov is a big place. Maybe there's something that's keeping them in there. Maybe that's part of the lore. So maybe the helicopter can be used when inside the Norvinsk region, but if they try to leave it, that's when they get shot down. This is complete speculation and complete just shit show, just me making shit up right now. But like, I'm just theorizing and stuff. If there was a helicopter extraction, how would that work, and why wouldn't they just make you leave Escape from Tarkov? That's why I'm talking about what I'm talking about. So yeah, maybe that would be the reasoning for it, if that's a thing. I sold everything in my hideout. I have 35 million rubles, but nothing else. What's your favorite gun? Go start building it and have some fun if you want. You cannot shoot through the slits on killer. Okay, gotcha. I thought you could, but I'm assuming that you've tested that. You seem very confident about that. So if you guys trust Garrick in chat here, then apparently you can't shoot through the slits. Will you be able to escape Tarkov? Yes, eventually, yes. You will be. The only thing that we know about that right now is that there is going to be an option to pay a ridiculous amount of money to actually, so you can bribe someone. In terms of actually, quote-unquote, escaping Tarkov when the game launches, one of your options is to pay someone a ridiculous amount of money and they get you out. Other than that, we don't know any other specifics. And we also don't know how much that money is. And I really hope it's like billions, because unless that, well, the economy is going to change a lot. So we can't base it off the current economy. We can't base it off of anything that we know right now, because the economy is going to change a lot. What kind of DLCs will the EOD players get? Well, all of them. And right now, the planned ones are the Scav Life DLC, where you could possibly take control of the Scav bosses to a certain point. And there's just more stuff to do with the Scavs. You'll have like a Scav inventory. There's some skills that you can get with Scavs. There's different kind of things that you can do to get different gear for the Scavs. And like I said, the Scav bosses, and then also bodyguards and raiders, stuff like that. At least that's what they've planned, and that's what they've talked about so far for the Scav Life. The expanded seasonal weather, so snow in the winter, heat in the summer kind of a thing, and then everything in between. And then those are the other confirmed ones. And then I'm expecting that maybe we'll get a location, maybe we'll get some guns, maybe we'll get some kind of content in that way. Possibly, but that's not confirmed. And then also what's not confirmed, and it's actually kind of a pretty big rumor, is the skyscrapers. So the skyscrapers that we see in the back of streets there, that becoming its own location is a rumor for DLC. But that's all we got right now. I know it's a ways off, but how do you think Russia 2028 will differ from Tarkov? It's Tarkov, but it's single player, and it's just more apocalyptic. And yeah, so it's much more DayZ than Tarkov, and it's single player. So I think it'll have just a really interesting story, and there'll be like really cool RPG aspects to it. It's like Fallout. It'll be like a non-sci-fi Fallout. Lots of RPG aspects. Non-sci-fi Stalker, non-sci-fi Fallout. Actually, no, Stalker's the better way to put it. Non-sci-fi Stalker, because they took direct inspiration from Stalker. They're big fans of Stalker. Like BSG have said it numerous times. Like they are big fans of Stalker, and Tarkov takes a lot of inspiration from Stalker. So just a non-sci-fi Stalker is what Russia 2028 would look like. Lots of RPG and single player only. I'd say more Metro than DayZ. No, again, Stalker. Yeah, Stalker is probably the best way to... A non-sci-fi Stalker. It'd be nice to see map-to-map travel, but expect it to play a lot like Escape from Tarkov, like with the gun modding and all that stuff. It would be nice to see map-to-map travel in all maps, like some really easy-to-access extracts, but it leads you into another map. So that's the idea, because they're supposed to have open world, so that would be what map-to-map travel for all maps would be. That would be open world. Now, whether they're going to have loading screens for that or not is another question. We'll have to wait and see. But initially speaking, they do want the factory and streets to labs, and then back from labs to factory and streets. And then I think what would make sense after that is if they end up doing some kind of like factory to customs, or a customs to woods kind of thing, or factory to customs and woods. There's a bunch of stuff that they could do with that. How geared do you think Scavs will get in 12.11? How geared? I don't know. That's a tough question, right, Rob? I'm sure that they're gonna get more useful, but it's not like, I don't think I would go and start comparing them to raiders, right? I think they're gonna be. I think they can get very useful. They could probably get excuse me, a bit better with medication. Like having some really good meds when you start off with your Scav would be really nice. Having a couple optics, having a couple more attachments would be really nice. Maybe some better armor, things like that. But I wouldn't go and compare them to raiders anytime soon. But we'll see. Helicopter could be random, not guaranteed every raid, and you have to steal it from Labs research team. So I get that, Brian, but why wouldn't you just leave Tarkov? Like, why wouldn't you just? The point being is like the second that you use that helicopter, why wouldn't you just escape Tarkov? Is the question. So there has to be something that limits you from doing that in order for it to make sense. So that's what we were talking about. Thoughts on Stalker 2? It's going to be cool. I really haven't played too much Stalker 1. The only information that I have on Stalker is me watching Clean back in the day. Play the mods and play Stalker and stuff like that. But it does look cool. It does look like it's one of those games that I'm probably going to buy and then not have the energy to play because I do all this shit for this stuff. So... I've still got Hood, Outlaws, and Legends that I want to play. I've still got Middle-earth, Shadow of War that I want to play. I still want to check out Mortal Online 2. There's tons of games right now that I want to play that I just don't have the energy to after I've done all this stuff. So hopefully that'll change a bit in the future, especially with the Discord, and hopefully it'll change with the new channels, because then I can actually monetize my time a little bit differently when I'm playing those other games, especially when there's little stuff to do with Escape from Tarkov. On top of just, live streaming Tarkov too. So there's a lot that I'm working on in the background. You guys are going to hear more about the Discord today, because we're going to soft launch the Discord with Star Citizen today. Car extract, but with a helicopter. Well, it's not that. Those are two very different vehicles. Come on, man. Like, those are two. One can literally fly. So yes, in theory, at its core, like, it's at its so lowest, like, basic understanding, it's the car extract, but with a helicopter. Yeah, you get into a vehicle and that vehicle takes you to another place, except the big thing here is that vehicle can fly. So it's a lot different. So why wouldn't you just leave Escape from Tarkov? But yeah. Scavs with high karma going in with cardboard armor with slick. Yeah. Well, it would be low karma. It'd be low karma. Actually, wait, would it be? What would be bad karma? Let's just call it bad karma. Scavs with bad karma. Because you can have an excess of good and bad karma. Like, if you're a good person, isn't that how karma works? Like, if you're a good person, you're supposed to have good things happen to you. Isn't that, like, the whole thing with karma? Helicopter extract is just a big old rickroll. It could be. You pay a helicopter pilot to bring your gear back home, but why wouldn't you just leave Tarkov? Is my thing. We'll have to see what happens with it. I think they're gonna add a helicopter. It seems like they're gonna add a helicopter extract to Streets, so we'll see how they end up doing with it. Something like Hideout as main menu planned. Something like Hideout as main menu planned. I don't think so, actually. I don't think so. Exit door, map menu, physically interaction. So I don't think so, but I wouldn't be surprised if that becomes a thing, to be honest with you, Gold. I haven't had the most recent information on that, but I think it would. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up happening. Also, that'd be kind of cool. What about a ferry boat extract? That does make sense because it doesn't fly. You can't just leave the area. And then it would have some reason for not being able to just take the ocean out. Is it going to be separate Scav and PMC Karma? Yes, it is, Prozim. Yes, it is. Scav is coming with 12.11. PMC is coming later. Can't leave with the boat on shoreline. Exactly. Like, there's going to be some kind of reason. Yeah. There's going to be some kind of reason why they can't do that. Can you give us a lesson in the history of the Scar H and L? Not necessarily, because I don't know a lot about it, but it goes pew pew pew, and the Scar H has a bigger pew than the little pew, than the L. So Scar H goes pew pew pew, and then the Scar L goes pew pew pew. But it goes like pew pew pew, like, so it's like faster, because I think it has a higher fire rate, and they look really cool. So Scar H look really cool and go pew pew pew, and then Scar L look really cool as well, and then it goes pew 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 pew. There you go. I can't wait. It's good. Good morning, Kodo. Good morning. Maybe there's a blockade locked out. Yeah, there could be a blockade. There could be some kind of blockade or something. Yeah. You want those sounds in game? Okay. No, but for real, when it comes to stuff that I know about the Scars, I know they have the reciprocating charging handle, so you have to watch out for your hand on those. And I've been seeing a lot of people give it a lot of shit, but I watched Flannel Daddy do a video on it, and he liked it a lot, so I think I'm alright with it. At least the Scar H. I forget if he did the Scar L or not. Grand Thumb is really cool for gear reviews and for like gun reviews and stuff. So if you guys aren't watching Grand Thumb, aka the Flannel Daddy, make sure you go check him out. He's really cool. I've heard that they're, generally speaking, from what I've found on them, if you take care of it, it's gonna take care of you, and just don't put your thumb up there. You'll be fine. Don't put your thumb up near the reciprocating charging handle, and you'll be fine. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, Scars jam a lot. You say that, but I've seen plenty of people say that no, they don't. You just have to take care of it, or maybe you get a lemon, or the later issued ones. Apparently, the earlier ones did, but the later ones didn't. That kind of a thing. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of back and forth with it. What do you think is going to be the best loot from Fence with the best? I have no idea. All I do know though is that's going to be really cool to be able to buy back uninsured gear. Now there's been some back and forth on Jack is just on another level today, guys. He is just on another level. Look at this man's. Just perfect. Just look at this perfection. Everyone thank Jack for his artwork, guys. All right, there you have it. This is the major difference. We've got the Scar H. Pew, pew, pew. And then we have the Scar L with the pew, 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 pew. There we go. Perfect. Absolute perfection, Jack. Thank you very much, Jack. Absolute perfection. No need to change anything there. The fuck were we talking about? What were we talking about? Oh, right, the Fence stuff. So I think it's going to be cool to be able to buy your gear back. And there was a discussion whether or not it's everyone's gear or your gear. That would be sort of weird if it was everyone's gear. Because I don't know. I don't know how that's going to fit into stuff. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I don't know. We'll have to see how that ends up working out. Will I be surprised if it ends up being everyone's gear? No. Do I think it's going to be everyone's gear? Also, no. I think it's going to be your gear, just based off of how things work right now. That's really all I can say about it. We'll have to wait and see. The Scar is this generation's Stoner 63. Special Forces guys loved it because they had more time, knowledge to take care of it, whereas regular infantry didn't, and it crapped out on them. So define regular infantry, because don't Rangers use them a lot? Don't U.S. Rangers use them a lot? What do you think of Betson? I guess Rangers are. Rangers definitely are. Those are they considered special forces? Are Rangers considered special forces? They seem like they're definitely a significant cut above regulars. So maybe they do have the time. Rangers are special. Okay. So all right, that makes sense then. Okay, I got that. There's just a lot of them. Like when I look at when I think about Rangers, I just think that there's too many of them to be like super secret squirrel. So maybe they're just not like as secret squirrel as like a SEAL or like a Green Beret or something. Because there's like a lot of them and they do like a lot of shit and they're kind of like everywhere. And they have like a lot of I don't know. I'm probably just an idiot. I'm probably just an idiot when it comes to this stuff. But that's the way but hey, they definitely are special. But I don't usually compare them to like the secret. I'm not like talking shit either here too, by the way. But it's just like maybe I'll learn more about Rangers at some point. We'll see. They are badass though. They are really cool. I like how they use the Scars. Also, I like the Strikers. I really like Strikers. Strikers are cool vehicles. Some of those guys that are considered special forces, but in reality, they are deployed like regular infantry because it's what they have available. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, given what's going on these days, I guess that makes more sense. A more experienced and a more, like you would put a more experienced, right tool for the job kind of a deal with the Rangers instead of putting, 20,000 Marines or 20,000 airborne or whatever in Afghanistan. Maybe you can put just a few, I don't know, a few hundred Rangers or whatever because they just are more specific. They have the better training for the specific jobs or whatever. You see what I mean? Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. I'm not the one to be talking about this. This is a huge tangent. I do like this stuff, but I'm not the one. This is not like my, I don't know how to fucking word this. Blah. I'm just going to get off the subject. This is not my area of expertise. I'll put it that way, actually. Strikers do be baller. Strikers are really cool. Thank you, Jack. Yeah, thank you. Sort of like Marines. Marines are meant to be specialized. So they're specialized, but I mean like secret scroll stuff. Anyway, we're going to move off that. What do you think about a 50-second period? I'm going to sneeze, and it's like stuck in my face. I just don't want to sneeze in the mic. It's also making it difficult to talk. Blah, blah, blah. All right. I just got. I hate that. Nice guy. What do you think about a 50-second period where the helicopter is susceptible to damage and can actually be shot down That way it's super risky to use that extract. So PogChamp, there is no confirmation that there is a helicopter extract, so we need to be very clear about that when we're discussing this. There is no confirmation that there will be an helicopter extract. However, if you're asking me, I think there might be. I think there might be one on streets. We'll have to wait and see. Also, that sounds badass. That does sound really cool. However, it'd be the same kind of thing with the train. How the train, you know how the train, the train hasn't fully left the station on reserve, and yet you're extracted already? I think it might work similar to that. I think it might work that way, so you probably can't end up killing the person on it. So, like, once the doors close, there's a little bit of an animation, and then your screen goes black, and then you're out. I think if there was going to be a way for it to work, I think it would work similar to the train. So that's why I'm thinking it might not be that useful, and it might not happen that way. Hell, there might not even be a helicopter extract, so we'll see what ends up happening with that. Do you think that a mobile app that let you manage your hideout weapon presets while away from your PC would be a good idea? I do. It's almost like that BSG think it's a good idea too, and they're doing the API for that. Addison, that's coming. They're playing. They're gonna do that. I don't know when, but that is coming. So hopefully you guys make good use of it, because they're putting a shit ton of work into it. So yeah, that is planned. Actually, scratch that. I need to talk to Veritas about that, because I actually don't understand that. If they are developing the API for it, does that mean they're allowing people to make it easier for other people to make the tool, or does it mean that they're making the tool? I'm going to ask Veritas about that, actually. I don't know the difference. Because the only thing that we have confirmed is that they are creating the API for it. That's other people? Yeah, it seems like that's an other people thing. Because that's my biggest... what's your opinion on the current state of automatic recoil control? It's a testing environment. We don't need to worry too much about it, Dallas. If you don't like it, then take a break or use a different gun. The current state of recoil is going to change a lot with weapon jamming and overheating for sure. So once we see weapon jam, once we see weapon malfunctions, and once we see overheating, I think your opinion there is probably going to change a lot, Dallas. So take it with a grain of salt right now. As a testing environment. It means they're making it easier for other people to do it. Okay, that's what I thought. Will they add a game feature where we can slide the buttstock back and forth? I haven't heard something about that specifically, but maybe. Because they're doing where you can put the optics wherever you want on the rail, but I haven't heard anything about that specifically. Maybe. Still Pog? Absolutely, because you bet your ass people are going to do it. If not Veritas. And so you guys know, Veritas already has Battle Buddy. So if you guys go on your app store for your device and you search Escape from Tarkov Battle Buddy, as long as it's at least Android, but of course for iOS too, Veritas has his Battle Buddy app, so Escape from Tarkov Battle Buddy. And he's got like armor pen, ammo type stuff. He's got a lot of information on there, but it's not linked directly into Escape from Tarkov, which is what the API would be good for. What do you think of bets similar to Scav Case, where you get some basic stats and get to make a bet on a PMC, like if they survive? That seems like that's going to be something that comes up with Arena. So wait for Arena. We'll see what happens with Arena. Do you think economy will change drastically if you get level 4 traders at level 50 instead of 40? Not necessarily. I think the biggest change to economies right now is the flea market. It's a good test. So if they do something different with the flea market and they wanted to see what happens with the 50 and 40, then we'll see. When the flea market didn't exist, yes, that was huge. But yeah, right now, once you're level 10, you get full access to everything, which is okay because we're in a testing environment again. But well, there's some certain things that need to be tiered correctly in order to test them properly, and we're not at that point yet, actually. I keep seeing plate carrier screenshots. Do you think swapping plates in raid would be a thing? I don't think. I know that is the plan. That is absolutely the plan. That is what's coming with the. I don't know if it's going to be with the custom rig part or with the custom armor hitbox part, but being able to, if you have extra plates on you, being able to swap your plate out is absolutely a thing. That is coming. Plates are heavy, so it would be a balanced way to fix zeroed armor. Yes, it would. BSG thought the exact same thing. The way that I think about it, though, is I'm not going to bring extra plates with me, but what I will do is anytime I kill someone, I'll go see what their plate's at and see if it's better than mine. The same way you do with armor right now, except you wouldn't replace your rig, you would just replace the plate. Veritas should add weapon customization to Battle Buddy, but I guess it's kind of hard to do. Yeah, you're gonna have to ask him about that. I know he struggles a lot with it, as not necessarily struggle, but it's just a lot of work as it is. So yeah. All right, hey guys, lightning round. If there was something that you really wanted to ask, that's gonna do it for today. So let's get a couple more questions out because I do these for an hour, and we have a big day today. We're doing the soft launch of the Discord, so I have to get that shit ready. So I gotta get moving. So if there was anything else that you were dying to ask, pop it up in chat. Pop it up. And then we'll get going for today. Going once. Going twice. What do you think about adding in binary triggers? We'll have to see what they do with the internals. They're going to be doing a lot of internal stuff, so we'll see what happens with that. Is that the one where it shoots if you go forward and backward, Saul? Are those binary triggers? Will there be safe zones on streets? Anytime there's a reference to a safe zone, you have to get your definition correct. It's a mock safe zone. So if you shoot, they're going to shoot back at you, but knowing how Escape from Tarkov works, my guess is that you're going to be able to kill whoever's going to try to shoot you, unless they end up doing the thing with like the snipers. Like you guys know, whenever you move out, there's those like snipers that you can't find, like because they don't actually exist, like on woods and on customs and stuff like that. Wait, is it on customs? No, it's not on customs, but it's on reserve. So reserve, woods, stuff like that. And you try to move through there, you'll just get sniped. Maybe they end up doing something like that, maybe, but we'll see what ends up happening. What's your favorite color? Probably green. I don't know. I don't actually know. What do you think of certain parts of the flea market being locked behind levels? That's a huge discussion, Rob. That is a huge discussion. That is not a lightning round discussion. We'll talk about that some other time, man. How big of a dynamic shift do you think there will be with? But absolutely huge. And that's going to be the last question that I'll answer there, guys, because this might answer a lot of your questions. So, guys, this is the video that I did talking about the Q&A that I did with Nikita. You guys need to go look at that, because this is right from the man himself. So that's Nikita's thoughts on economy, the current gameplay loop, Chads versus Rats, future guns, future maps, everything. I asked all of the best questions that I could possibly think of, and Nikita answered them. So it was really cool. And chances are those are the answers that you want to hear. And then if you want to hear about, so for any questions, big questions, you want to go here. And then when wipe, when 12.11, you want to go here. Let's get this one. There we go. You want to go there. But then they're on customs, the train rail. Train rail? Oh, towards reserve? Can you get over that, though? I don't know. Maybe they are on customs. I don't know. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. If you did have any other outstanding questions, you can put it in the VOD, because the VOD's going to go up very soon after this. Also, I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern United States time for a full hour like usual. And today, we are soft launching the new home of the Nice Guy community. The future of the Nice Guy community, whether we're playing Escape from Tarkov, whether we're playing Ashes of Creation, whether we're playing Star Citizen, whether we're playing RTS games, whether we're playing Hunt Showdown, whether we're playing Rust, whether we're playing World of Warcraft, whether we're playing anything that I like, anything that is revolving around my interests. Also cars, bikes, sports, all that stuff. Everything Nice Guy. It's going to have its home on this Discord, and we are soft launching it today. So video up later today. I can't wait. I'm super fucking excited to be able to hang out with you guys, because yes, I am going to be running, once we do the soft launch, next week, and you'll hear about this more in the video, that's when the community games start. So I'm going to be doing Sherpa runs. I personally am going to be leading Sherpa runs in Escape from Tarkov that you guys can take part in. No money involved whatsoever. However, if you are a member of the channel, you'll get, you know, more like a higher access kind of a thing, but I'll explain that better because obviously if you paid some money, you should get a little bit of access. Like, come on, guys. But it's not going to be just that. There's going to be anyone can take part in it. We just have to have a little bit of a built trust up, which is, I'm going to talk about that with the new Discord because there's a thing set up on the new Discord to be able to allow you to trust people, especially with a game like Tarkov. We don't want people coming in and killing everyone, taking their gear. So again, before I talk about my entire video, before I post the video later today, I'm going to take off. Thank you guys very much for hanging out today. As always, for the latest Escape from Tarkov news, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, thank you guys again for hanging out, and I also hope you have a nice day. See you guys later. Bye.